everybody, welcome to Teresa's Wonderful Frugal Life. I'm Teresa and I'm here in my kitchen and I am making something that I do every Friday afternoon after work. I come home and I make some kind of a dish using the little odds and ends that were left over in my refrigerator, usually the bottom drawer where all the vegetables are kept. And in the wintertime, it's usually a soup because I can use a little leftover bits of chicken or steak or whatever. If I've got like a half a box of pasta, I can use that. But I will build up a base because there's always one onion rolling around the bottom of the fridge and a couple leftover cloves of garlic. Very often there's like 1 or 2 carrots left, or one potato or something like that, and I just chop it all up and I make a soup and I let it cook for hours and hours. And it's really a great money saving idea because very often we end up sort of just throwing those little bits and pieces away, but I can make a big pot of soup and have it for a couple of days and get a nice crusty bread and toast it with some butter and just have a wonderful meal with that. So what I'm doing today is I have a little farm stand near me and they grow beautiful tomatoes, and they have different sizes, like the really big ones, well, they're like this big or $1 each. Sometimes they're just massive and those are $2, and sometimes I love to get those if I'm having company and we want to have kind of fancy sandwiches or something like that. I'll get those. But these are 50 cents a piece, and I think they're a really nice size, $1 for that. And they're organic and they're just delicious. So I got quite a few of them. I belong to Misfit Market. I have that subscription, and last week I got a couple little eggplants, and the time was getting away from me and I hadn't made anything with them, so I'm cutting those up with the tomatoes, making a pasta sauce, going back in my fridge and finding the onions, and I made some pesto with basil that I grew this summer, and I just make it in the food processor and then I put it in little baggies and lay it flat in the freezer and I stack them. So you can just have pesto in your pasta, or I add it to my sauce because you can't really find, fresh basil year round. So, and those little jars of pesto are really pricey, so I like to make my own, and then I get to control all the garlic and lemon or whatever, how many pine nuts I want to put in or whatever. I get to control that. So anyway, so I'm making a sauce today, and with the eggplant, and I think what I'm going to do is I really just don't think I'm going to make a pasta. I think I'm just going to use a little piece of toast, put some of the sauce on top, a little cheese on that, stick it under the broiler, and have myself just a little pizza, like French bread pizza. I also just wanted to show you what I just did this afternoon. I have a mountain near my house that has blueberry bushes, and I went blueberry picking, and this is free. This is really awesome foraging. They're organic. Nobody sprays up there. This is my little Christmas bowl. I like this bowl because it has a top, so it's good so I don't spill them. But so I usually fill up this bowl about 4 times every August, and they're really just getting ripe now. They're very big, like there's a big variety of berries up there. And anyway, so yeah, I go up there and we're all allowed to go. It's just a free thing, so awesome. And I freeze some of those, and I also can some of those. I also make blueberry pancake syrup, so I use real maple syrup and cook these down with it, and then I've got, a nice jar of that for waffles and pancakes. And anyway, I have something exciting happening next week. My very, very best friend from Mobile, Alabama is going to come and visit me, and she's going to stay for 2 weeks. and she's gonna join me on this channel, and we're gonna make some of her very favorite down home recipes, and I just can't wait for you to meet her, and it's gonna be a hoot, both of us in the kitchen. So anyway, I'll talk to you then. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for checking in to Teresa's Wonderful Frugal Life. Bye-bye.